Hi, my name is Demi Williams. The topic I will be discussing today is LGBT family programs. The intended audience includes, but is not limited to, families with adolescents who identify themselves as LGBT. TV celebrity host Ella DeGeneres once said, "I think beauty comes from actually knowing who you are. That's real beauty to me." I chose this quote because I felt it went best with the topic. But Ellen was basically saying like beauty is what's on the inside, so you shouldn't really matter. You shouldn't really matter like what other people say because no matter what, you are who you are. And I feel that Ellen was a nice author for this quote because she identifies herself as LGBT as well. Well, as part of the community as well. There's another little fancy pic of Ellen. Families with adolescents who identify themselves as LGBT are typically typically ill-informed on the subject, often causing internal conflicts between the family structures. The information given in this presentation may be used as an aid to help parents better support and understand their child when it relates to their sexual orientation. So there are many programs that help and foster and establish healthy relationships in the LGBT community. But the real question is, why is education important? Education can reduce prejudices against LGBT people and promote acceptance within the community. Oftentimes around the community, you find people who don't even want to live by a person who's part of the community because they feel as if it will rub off on them, or they don't want their children seeing it. So sometimes it's good to educate the community that like people part of the LGBT community are just like us. They're just like normal people. These programs also focus on providing informational personally and professionally to families. Trying to obtain a better understanding of their child. Well, families trying to obtain a better understanding of their child who may basically like be struggling with their sexuality, or at least curious. Gosh. Not only do these programs focus on external and internal struggles with the family unit, they provide family counseling, substance abuse programs, and medical resources, as well as career services. Back to why education is important. Because you need all these programs, basically, and many individuals who have self-disclosed their sexual gender preferences to their family often deal with discrepancies that result in a lack of understanding among them. So, the current leading initiative is the Family Acceptance Project, also known as FAP. According to their website, FLP studies show how family acceptance and rejection affects the health, mental health, and well-being of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender youth. They also provide materials and resources in multiple languages, including English, Spanish, and Chinese, that focus on increasing family support, basically. They also try to prevent drug and alcohol abuse in LGBT teens. The LGBT Community Center in New York City provides not only a safe haven, but a fun community activity as well to the youth who are a part of the LGBT community. Here's a little 3-minute video of what the LGBT Community Center is like.
We are transformational.
We are safe.
We are hope.
We are very complex.
We are
Love.
family.
Fun.
help.
Angels.
We are the center. This is the place where people come when they need to be around, when they want to be around their community. We help people live better lives. That's what the center does. People walk in here struggling with issues, feeling isolated, lacking community connection, and they walk out of here feeling better. And that's what happens on a daily basis. The people that we serve most directly are lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, queer, questioning folks who come here for services, for cultural programs, to connect with community, and to just engage. For some people, it is the first place that they can come and feel completely safe and comfortable to be all of who they are.
Here in the center, they taught me that how much my life is important and I am a good person that wants to live, not a freak has to die.
To come here and be who we are, as we are, doing what we do, it's a balm. It's a soothing, healing balm.
It helped my life in every aspect. I am a new person.
We're the second largest LGBT community center in the world. We are the largest LGBT community center on the East Coast, founded in 1983. We have about 300,000 visits a year, and we provide community services to LGBT adults, LGBT young people, and then LGBT families. We help people with cancer diagnosis, smoking cessation, substance abuse, HIV, services for LGBT immigrants, gender identity issues.
For many individuals who are struggling with isolation, lack of hope, the center becomes like that light at the end of the dark tunnel.
I've been trying to kill myself for my whole life. Imagine that I never found this place. What will happen to me? I would be dead right now.
We provide a supportive environment for people either one-on-one or in groups to really get the support and information they need to lead happy, healthy lives. We offer cultural programming, which is an opportunity for people in our community to connect, to get educated, to be inspired, and to just engage with each other. This is the home for that. There is just so much opportunity to really figure out who you are and how you connect to the LGBT community through this institution, that there's just no place like it on earth.
I'm just very, very grateful for the center and what I've been given and what I'm able to give back now.
Okay. LGBT mental health. As stated in the video, they also deal with mental health among LGBT people who are in the community. This community center provides a safe zone for young people where they are able to be themselves and build self-esteem. They offer one-on-one support, coming out support groups, and family counseling. They work with families who require counseling and help seek parents accept their non-heterosexual child. They also have on-site counselors that help battle with any struggles you may face, including bullying. This community offers a number of resources, including the names of multiple mental health facilities, medical consultations, psychotherapy, and transportations if you are in need of a doctor's appointment. When unable to attend their own aid, LGBT youth who lack financial support or without insurance. That was like a statement. So basically, they help you find insurance options that work best and connect with nonprofit organizations who offer little to no cost. LGBT substance abuse. One of the effects of family societal rejection is drug and alcohol abuse. Many of these addictions begin at a young age and over treatment time. For these substance abusers become more critical. I believe that that people of this community abuse like drugs and other substances because of the amount of hatred and abuse and negative comments that they're receiving among people who aren't part of the community. New Hope in Chicago, Illinois, offers rehabilitation treatment and provides partial hospitalization, intensive outpatient, and aftercare for people who are 16 and up. New Hope and Pride LGBT program offers personalized treatments for New Hope patients. They also offer education and counseling and better aid both patients as well as the family. Lastly, they help parents prepare for the child's return after their treatment and gives them tips on how to handle certain situations and aspects for coming home. LGBT sexual health. As stated before, the same resource is the LGBT community center, because they just provide such a broad aspect of help from, well, for people who are of the LGBT community. They offer STI testing. They focus on prevention of HIV/AIDS, sex education, family planning, HIV prevention. They offer several of these things. According to Psychologist Review, Karen M. Jordan, sexual minority youth may be at an even higher risk than heterosexual youth for developing problems with substance abuse and in part of negative societal attitudes. As stated before, I feel like this has to do with them receiving all comments, hate comments, negative comments, any comments towards them feeling as if they're not part of our community or being normal. This is a video of Sexual Health 101 with the LGBTQ community. So, we'll be watching.
Hey, Fact Not Fiction fans. We're back today to do some fact checking. I'm Clifton, and this is
AJ. And we've been receiving a lot of questions about LGBT and sexual health, so we decided to make a segment for LGBT sexual health.
Yeah, and let's define that really quickly for anyone who's kind of living in 1972 or whatever. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgendered.
Or
we could add
questioning.
Because you might not be sure.
Yeah, you're not sure. So.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about today. How STDs, STIs, condom use, all that protection affects that community.
A lot of people have this question about lesbian health. You know, some lesbians feel that just because they do not penetrate or I don't have
actual
sex. Yeah, right. That I can't transmit these infections, but that's a myth. That's false. Any type of skin-to-skin contact, you can transmit anything. You want to make sure you have some type of barrier method, whether it be a condom or dental dams, which I know can sometimes be pricey, but you can also do your own or make your own dental dam out of a condom, which you can get free.
Yeah, and in terms of gay men, sexually transmitted infections do occur at a high rate among gay men.
With anal sex, it's a lot easier to transmit just because the lining of the anus is very thin.
Yeah, absolutely. And abstinence is always a choice.
Right, whether you're LGBT or if you're questioning.
Or if you're straight.
Right.
You know,
it doesn't matter. If you choose not to, then that's your decision.
Yeah, you shouldn't feel pressured by anyone around you, friends, just because they're doing it. If you're not quite ready, don't have sex.
Yeah.
And that's the key. Safe and smart.
Yeah.
Safe and smart.
Fact, not fiction.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
That video was basically to people of the LGBT community, telling them that you still have to use safe sex. Just because you're part of the community doesn't mean you're different than others when having sex. Also, I like how in the end, how they tell you to have sex like when you want to. Don't do it just because other people are doing it. You do it for yourself. This video talks about LGBT patients and sexual history. It's a little lengthy, so I'm not going to play it, but it basically talks about what it says, LGBT patients and them describing their sexual history. Lastly, we'll talk about LGBT financial support. This is not honestly just limited to people of the LGBT community, but it's open to people of the LGBT community. They help them seek jobs in their community. They provide them with training options that will help prepare them for the workplace. They teach them how to build resumes, network, and even dress properly. Lastly, they help people recognize and deal with discrimination in the workplace because, as the slide says, discrimination is prominent in the workplace. Honestly, I believe this statement is true because just like in the community, some people don't even want to work with people who are part of the LGBT community. They feel as if maybe it was just raised in some people's background or their religion or just how they feel towards people. And they don't mind showing it. There are plenty articles talking about discrimination within the workplace. All in all, LGBT relationship programs for families with adolescent children often help struggling families deal with family members who are gay, lesbian, bi, and transgender. These programs talk about coming out, being happy with oneself, and building strong financial support systems and relationships. They also offer hundreds of resources that aid in the everyday life. Not only do these programs and centers educate family members on how to properly support their LGBT youth, they also help parents adjust to changes within their family. Here are a list of resources that you can use to help yourself if you're struggling to identify yourself in the LGBT community, or if you are a family member who has an adolescent who is part of the community. It can also teach you how to deal with this yourself. And here's my reference page, and thank you for watching my video.